Hey crew, I've got the key to this 22 Toyota GR86. We are going to take it for a drive, can't wait. But first, let's check out how it looks on the inside and outside. At the face, this new GR86 is softer and more upscale looking than its predecessor. You get a black mesh grille down low with Gazoo Racing badge off to the right. This one's painted in halo white. It's an upcharge metallic flake paint job that looks really good with all the black accents, including for the headlight housings, which are the right size and shape for me. Adaptive LEDs with the premium trim we have here, black accents for the functional corner vents. Getting to the side, the premium trim gets a set of 18-inch over the standard 17-inch dark painted alloy wheels, and they're wrapped in upgraded Michelin Pilot Sport tires compared to the Primacies that you get on the base car. Still 215 section front and rear, but much more grip with those better tires. Functional aerodynamics here, black mirror caps as standard, and check out these flared out rocker panels. Functional, and they look really cool. Looking at the profile, I love this new silhouette. It's just the right proportions, front and rear. It doesn't look too tall like I think the predecessor did. And with the premium trim, that extended duckbill spoiler really stands out. I love that it follows the curvature of the trunk lid. LED taillights are looking clean. Down low, you've got this blacked out diffuser with two real exhaust ports. Big fan of this sporty, upscale look. Now let's check out that interior. Opening up and looking inside. This premium trim has the same seat design as the base car, but now we've got leather bolsters, silver accents, and suede inserts with 2 stages of seat heating. There's suede for this upper panel, nice place to rest your arm there, or the thickly padded armrest with those silver accents. Aluminum pedals down low. To get into the second row, you pull up on this lever and the seat angle goes forward, but it's not one motion to slide. You have to go down and grab that bar. Odd considering the passenger seat is one motion. Before I do slide it, I want to show you the legroom situation. No way that me at 6 feet tall are we going to sit another adult behind me or even a kid. So this is going to turn into a storage shelf, or you get a smaller adult and maybe a kid in the back. Just don't put adults back here. Now with that said, I, as an adult, I'm going to go sit in the second row. Now, seat not being where it was for me at 6 feet tall, the real issue is headroom. Yeah, I don't have any of it. I don't have cup holders. I don't have any other accommodations. This is really for storage. But you've got seats. That's an insurance discount. I spared you the side of me getting out of the second row, but it was pretty funny if you ask me. Leather wrap steering wheel on the premium trim with Gazoo Racing on the bottom and silver accents. You get a reconfigurable digital gauge cluster here to cycle through things like G-meter and acceleration force. An 8-inch touchscreen with wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You plug into one of these 2 USB-A ports in here. No USB-Cs, no wireless smartphone charging, and not a lot of storage. You've got some cup holders there and one in the door. That's kind of it. But you do get dual zone automatic climate control, and most importantly, a standard 6-speed manual gearbox. You can choose an automatic for an extra charge. Physical e-brake is awesome. Your drive modes are here. Your seat heating is there. It's tight, but it is pretty comfortable. Let's go for a drive. All right, let's fire it up. Clutch in. Hit the start button. And that initiates a really cool graphic of a horizontally opposed flat 4, 2 pistons pumping at one another every time you start up the car. That's cool. Handbrake down. Lift up the ring to throw it in reverse. And of course, we're not going anywhere without our safety belt. That brings up a wide angle backup camera that does take over the whole screen. And let's scoot on out of here. Speaking of a horizontally opposed flat 4, a boxer 4 in this vehicle, developed by Subaru, Toyota's partner in the GR86/BRZ collaboration. It is now a larger displacement 4-cylinder than the predecessor. We've got 2.4 liters as opposed to 2.0 in the previous generation. And that means we make more power. 228 horsepower on tap now, and importantly, 184 pound-feet of torque. Those are increases of 23 horsepower and 28 pound-feet, respectively. More interesting still is not just that there's more torque, but it is better distributed over the curve. So instead of getting the peak torque at 6,000 RPM, you know what? I wanted to show, no one's here, turning radius test. Instead of getting that peak torque at 6,000 RPM, you're getting it at 3,700. Toity. Very toity. Oh, I also want to show the horn because it sounds kind of funky. Ready? Beep. Beep. Sounds dinky, right? And what that's going to mean in terms of your acceleration is that you don't have the dip, or really the dying of performance. You're not sitting there waiting forever for the vehicle to get up to speed. It just accelerates in a very, very progressive way. And that shows, because the 0 to 60 time has been lobbed off compared to the predecessor by almost a full second. So now we're looking at an estimated 6.1 seconds to 60 with the 6-speed manual. It's like 6.5 seconds if you go with the 6-speed automatic. Which, why would you do that? This is such a good gearbox, and it really belongs with a building block sports car like this one. And as we gear up for some corners ahead, I'm going to throw it into track mode. Hit this button here, and now we've got a horizontal tachometer, and that allows an adjustment to the stability control system. Rather, it turns off stability control, so you've got a bit more play. Gonna feed in the throttle here. Crunch on those brakes. Nice firm pedal. Immediacy of the throttle response. I love this steering. Instant turn in. And super accurate. The changes they made to this rack shine here. There is zero hesitation. It darts right into a curve. And the brakes give you confidence as well. Good, strong bite initially. And a consistent pedal. You no longer need to have the patience of a wise man. For the 86 to absolutely hustle. What a treat. Extra power is always nice, but for the GR86 and other sports cars like it, it's the way it's accessible. And so we got to talk about the gearbox, because this is an excellent one. The throws are short. There's a nice clear notch into each gear. The clutch weight is perfect, and the engagement point you can easily learn. This is a great beginner's car, but it still rewards you even if you know what you're doing. And if you mate this phenomenal gearbox with the peppy powertrain, just 2,800 pounds, and now stickier rubber. We're no longer dealing with those premises, which are, drifty tires. We now have the Pilot Sports, which are grippy tires. So you can actually carry speed through a corner and not just slide the rear end around, which you can still do if you want to. And I love this track mode for that because it gives the ability to play, gravel on the road. It gives you the ability to play, to swing the rear end around, to control the car with your right foot, but not to completely turn off traction control if you don't have the confidence to do that yet. Heading downhill, we're certainly not going to do those brakes any favors. Yeah, but they stand up to the punishment. And right there, that corner, when I was getting onto the power pretty early, I was actually expecting the rear end to come around. But those Michelin Pilot Sports just gripped. And of course, I wish I had a track at my disposal to see how the brakes hold up when they get really, really hot, and to otherwise test the limits of the GR86's performance capabilities. The fact is, all you need is a really good canyon road like this one to put a fat old smile on your face in this car. It just wants to please you. Well, I'll tell you what, it's definitely pleasing me. But does it please me enough to have me choose this over its competitors? Because the competitors are good. Of course, you have the stablemate, the BRZ, and that one starts just $230 more than this, which is $28,700 for the 86, with the premium package, which is a $2,600 package, and so well worth it in my opinion. I would not get the 86 without the premium package. Not like the base product is not good, but the premium package has so much value there for the money. You get the leather and suede seats, you get the spoiler, you get the larger wheels, you importantly get those Michelin Pilot Sport 4 tires. There's so much value there, okay? But so $31,750 is the figure of this tester here with the Halo White paint job added in. The Subaru BRZ is going to be the same product. Same product, $230 more. If you want the Subaru badge on the nose of your car, get the BRZ. If you want the Toyota badge, get this one. That's the only real difference between the two. But there is the Mazda MX-5 Miata. And there is a reason why people love to say Miata is always the answer. There's a reason why every time I get behind the wheel of one, pardon me, I want to buy another one. Yes, I have one. It's my race car. I love it dearly. The Miata starts at about the same price, $28,300, I believe. It makes 181 horsepower, so it's less power, but it weighs 500 pounds less than this at about 2350. The 0 to 60 is fractionally quicker. I think it's 5.7 seconds. And the fuel economy, if you care about that, it's 22 combined with the manual in this 86, 24 if you get the automatic, which I didn't mention that, but you got to pay $1,500 extra to get the automatic, and you lose some of the fun, if you ask me. And the Miata's fuel economy by comparison is 29, so it's a big win in terms of fuel economy. I struggle to say one is better than the other. Both are incredibly good at what they do. They're actually really just like flavors of entry-level performance. Do you like the Miata flavor? Do you like the shorter wheelbase? Do you like the fact that you can throw the top down if you get the rag top? Is that kind of your style of car? Do you prefer that? Or do you like the coupe body style, the slightly longer wheelbase, a little more power, but a little more weight in the 86? It really is going to come down to you test driving the two of them and saying, this tastes better than that one, to you, because I'll be honest, they both taste freaking great. It's just whatever your palate aligns with. And then you've got the Honda Civic Si, just to toss another one out there. I'm not going to get into the 5 doors, but I will throw in a 4-door for you. Honda Civic Si, also in the $28,000 starting figure. It makes less power than this at 200 horsepower. It gets to 60 a little slower at like 6.7 seconds. Fuel economy is better at 31 mpg, and it weighs another 100 pounds more than this. That is also, importantly, a front drive vehicle. And if you prefer the dynamics of a front drive vehicle, then by all means, go get the Civic Si. It's even more approachable than this and the Mazda MX-5 Miata. but there's just something to rear drive. There is something to the joy it gives you, to the sense of control that you have. And I didn't talk much about the on-road performance or just the daily driving stuff, but suffice to say, it is a sports car. The ride is going to be firm, but it's not punishingly so. The seats are extremely comfortable. You got your climate control system. It's a serviceable 8-inch touchscreen infotainment with CarPlay. The only complaint I have about this on a daily driver kind of standpoint would be the sound. Not good noises. I did mention that the engine noise is piped in a little bit. It's not simulated sound, but it is piped into the cabin. And a flat 4 doesn't always sound the best. Add to that some wind noise, a bit of road noise, and yeah, it's not a luxury vehicle. But none of the vehicles I mentioned are luxury vehicles. All of them are going to be a little louder. If you're shopping this segment, just prepare for that. The 86 looks better than ever. It looks expensive. It feels great to drive. It's so accessible, and yet it rewards you the more you string it out. And gosh, this new engine, it changes the car. It does. But there is one thing I did forget to mention. The leather wrapping on this steering wheel is phenomenal. Like, really, really supple. I expected a plasticky feel to the leather, but it's so good. It just makes you want to grip in more. And that might push me over the edge to get the 86, really. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this POV drive review. If you did, please like, comment, and share the video. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell to get notified. Go ahead and watch my test drive and night drive in this 86 if you want to see the car without hearing me talk. I will see you guys again next time.